And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3.
Time is out.
And now he'll step off as they look for a strikeout pitch. And a great inning here as he gets another punch out and strikes out the side in order. That'll bring in Giovanni Urshela. He'll get us started in the top of the second. Now the pitch.
Urshela.
High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. A shot to second base and handled for the first out. Now at the plate, Omar Narvaez. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Narvaez tends to have more success against right-handed pitching like this than he does against southpaws. Could be a comfort thing. Maybe he just picks up the ball a little better, but that's the book on him at this point. Now the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. And the pitch. Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second. Here's Ryan Braun now. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Here's the first pitch to him. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Braun's around first, looking for second now. And he'll try to get back now, but it's not going to work. The throw hangs him out to dry, and that'll end the inning.
Leading off for the Rangers, the right fielder, Danny Santana.
And he'll step off and try again. So now to the plate, Danny Santana. Swung on and hit deep to left center. This one has a chance. And he's going to make the catch on the warning track. A fine running play there for the first out.
That is good.
Next will be the designated hitter, Willie Calhoun. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Woodruff is a guy that certainly fits the profile as a power fastball pitcher, but I think what makes him really most impressive is the command he displays while keeping the velocity as high as it is. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Fouled away. And he held up in time, but it's strike 3 called, and there are 2 down. Ready now, Ronald Guzman. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Out in front of it, strike 1. Bottom of the second here with no score. Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Top of the third set to get underway, and that'll bring up Lorenzo Cain. First pitch of the at-bat. Heading out towards shallow right. Right fielder giving chase. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Batting it,
Now at the plate, Keston Hiura. Here comes the first pitch. And that misses for ball one. Third inning, no score to this point. A ball and a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Now a swing and a miss here as he's down on strikes. So it's 2 up, 2 down to begin the third. Stepping in, Orlando Arcia. Hit hard on the ground to first. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Now that the left fielder.
So here is Avisail Garcia as Kluber's able to get ahead of him here with strike 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. And it's 0-2 to Avisail Garcia.
No ball, 2 strikes.
2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. Bottom of the third now, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Jose Iglesias. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
If he doesn't shorten his swing up right there, there's no chance he keeps his bat back.
Ball and 2 strikes to the Rangers shortstop.
Well located fastball right there. If he can continue to do that, he'll pitch deep into this one.
And he popped him up. Hiura shading to his right. 1 away. Striding in, Rougned Odor.
The second baseman. Rougned.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Ball, that's in.
And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do with a slider breaking down and in unless you catch it way out front. I like the idea of taking it and making the pitcher bring you something a little more hittable.
Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3.
Even though he was fooled in the box right there by that pitch, he was able to keep his hands back, not overcommit, and stay in this at bat.
The tag, and he is out. Up next for the Rangers, Robinson Chirinos. This guy is still looking at a 0 in the hit column. Now the fastball is swung on and missed. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. And no swing apparently. Ball 1. One and 2 to the Rangers catcher.
1 and 2.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue.
Ball.
And that misses 2-2.
2 balls.
Yeah, that looked like a strike, but let me tell you, when you're staring at a big 0 in the hit column, getting a call like that to go your way can feel like a big victory.
And with the big pitch here, he'll step off and rethink things. Here now the 2-2. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. All set for the start of the 4th. And next to bat will be the first baseman, Brock Holt. Now here's the pitch. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. Still all 0s in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
3-0 now. ground ball sent back up the middle. And that'll get on through into center field, so he's got himself a leadoff single.
Now batting, right fielder, Christian.
And here's Christian Yelich now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one.
Hey, this is a perfect opportunity for them to get on the board right now. Leadoff man has done his job. Now the middle of the order gets their shot at the plate.
Swing, and he pops him up. And this will land foul. The set and the 1-1 pitch. Line toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second, as there are two aboard now.
Now batting, the third baseman.
At the plate, Gio Urshela. This is in the air out to right. Right fielder is on the run. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. And he'll indeed move up 90 feet, putting runners at the corners now with one away.
Up next for Milwaukee.
Now to the plate, Omar Narvaez, and their runners at the corners now. From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Hey, this is a spot as a pitcher right now. You want to get a little bit greedy. Ideal would be to roll up a 2-ball. At worst, try to get yourself a strikeout.
And the curveball bounces here, but a good job behind the plate to keep it at arm's length. Here's a look over to first. And another throw over. And he'll get back in safely. Another throw over. And the runner back safely. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Hey, he's had great command all day. Want to see how aggressive he is in the zone with a 3-ball count.
A rare 3-0 curveball drops in. 3-1.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove him one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
3-2 pitch. Softly hit here to the left side, but gloved by the third baseman for the out. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Ryan Braun. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Before the first pitch, a check at first, and he just manages to get his hand in. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Nope,
and that misses, ball 1. A ball and a strike.
1-1.
Now a throw over to first and a dive, but he's back in. And again a throw, and he'll dive back in. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. This is on the ground over to first, and that's going to be a base hit, and the Brew Crew has struck first here. It's now 1-0.
The center fielder, number 6, Lorenzo Cain.
And in to hit next is Lorenzo Cain, as Kluber's able to get ahead of him here with strike 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
In a big spot like this, you have to be looking for something you can handle. That pitch bunched him up completely, so I think he's trying to do a little bit too much right now.
A 1-2 pitch. Now a curveball misses inside.
This is a huge pitch right here. I don't think he wants to go 3-2 and have those runners be in motion. Look for him to be aggressive. with what he thinks is his best pitch right now.
Payoff pitch on its way. Line to the right side. But a good play by the first baseman to spear this one, and that'll retire the side. Ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Shin-Soo Choo. First offering on its way. A ball and no strikes. Yanked on the ground down the line, but a foul ball, 1-1. Here it comes. 2-1. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Kane going back. Gone! So Elvis Andrus the next to bat. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike 2. Hopped up. And he'll indeed make the play in foul territory for the first out. So one away here with the bases empty. And up to bat next, the left-handed light tower power of Joey Gallo. Well above the letters with the fastball that time. And he fouls this one off. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1.
Looks like this guy's afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. Gave up that home run earlier in the inning. Needs to get back to being aggressive.
Now he spins on one here and drives it to deep right field. Yelich is back to the track as he takes it for out number 2. Digging in the switch hitter, Danny Santana, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. In there, and it's 0-1.
Hey, it's not always about filling up the strike zone all the time every inning. He's pitching well as we're moving into the middle innings, but interestingly, less than 50% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
Now the 1-1 pitch is a fastball that misses. Fouled off. Here now the 2-2. He pulls this one into right. Yelich is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. New inning set to get underway, and set to go is the second baseman, Keston Hiura. Now here's the pitch. Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Boy, this is a tight one. You kind of get the feeling like the next team that scores is going to win this one.
Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. 2-1.
Ball 2.
This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
It's been a great job so far by the 8-hole hitter. If he finds a way to get on base, this could spell for a huge inning.
Full count now, 3-2. Now the payoff pitch home. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. So one gone in the Milwaukee fifth. And up next will be the shortstop, Orlando Arcia. First pitch on its way. And that's by him. It's 0-1.
0-1.
And he takes something off there and had him way out in front for strike 2.
I mean, you look in the dugout right now, you see steam coming out of the hitting coach's ears. Somebody has to stay back and find a way to get knocked.
And there are 2 away now. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up Avisail Garcia. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. A bouncer up the middle. And that's through for his first base hit in this one.
Now batting, the first baseman, Brock Holt.
Here's Brock Holt now. And it's fouled away. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Here comes the 0-1. Runners off for second. Fouled away. Now a throw over. And he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. And another throw over. And he is tagged out here. Boy, a bad mistake that time as he's picked off to end the inning. And here's the former prize Dodger prospect Willie Calhoun looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat, and he fouls this one off. Called strike 0-2. And he just misses inside with the fastball there.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one without a doubt is gone.
Now batting, first baseman, Ronald.
To the plate now, Ronald Guzman. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Down the first baseline, but this will get foul for strike 2. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
The batter, number 11.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Okay.
Swing and a little blooper to center. Coming in on it is Kane, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Now batting, second baseman, Rugen. Oh, goal.
Brent Suter enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning. Here's Rougned Odor now, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. Now the 0-1, and a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Good job by the catcher to keep the ball from getting too far away and allowing that base runner to get into scoring position. That keeps the double play in order, which they need, seeing as they've already given up 1 run in this inning.
Iglesias leads off first with 1 away. And a Fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
The batter.
So a runner at first here with 2 gone in the inning, and that'll bring up the catcher, Robinson Chirinos. Has a look, now the pitch.
Yep, that ball went out.
Who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Great changeup there in the dirt for the 3rd strike. And that ends the inning. Top half of the 6th about to get started. And here comes the first baseman, Brock Holt.
Brock Holt.
Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Now the pitch. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Chu has a read on it. He's got it 1 away. In is Christian Yelich. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Yelich.
Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. Started to offer at it as an appeal goes down to Jerry Hillsdale at 3rd, but Jerry says he held up. It's ball 1. Hit sharply on the ground. That's through, and he's now 2 for 3 in this one.
Now batter. 3rd baseman. Theo.
Throw over to first. A dive, but he's back. At the plate now, Gio Urshela. He hits it hard on the ground to the left. Odor on to first. It's a double play as their woes continue. The inning is over. Trying to pick things up where he left off, Shin-Soo Choo comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
The last at bat, Matty V, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
And he pops him up, drifting toward the left side of the infield. Oh, and this drops in the infield.
Now batted. 3rd baseman. Elvis Andrus.
Here's Elvis Andrus now as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Andrus in an 0-2 hole here. Now he'll step out at the plate and reassess things here. Low scoring game thus far. 2-1 here in the 6th. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball.
Hey, I get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away, but that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close.
And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. So a runner at first now with 1 away, and that'll bring up Joey Gallo. And a quick step off here, hoping to catch that runner leaning, but he's back easily. first pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1.
That's exactly the pitch you don't want to be chasing in these situations. He's going to keep that ball down below the hollow of the knee, try and get you to ground into a double play. You have to set your sights at least belt high.
The throw pulls him off the bag. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Danny Santana. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one.
Great job by the pitcher right there to pull the string. He knew he had an aggressive hitter at the plate, somebody who was sitting on fastball and ready to do damage, and he was able to slow him down right there and get him off balance.
Behind 0-2 now. Runners are at first and second with one away. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
Designated hitter, number 5.
Digging in and looking for more, Willie Calhoun. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6.
It'll be interesting to see if they use that changeup in this at-bat. That last at-bat, that was a changeup he hit for a home run. I'm going to see if this time they don't go to more fastballs and curveballs.
Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. And he doesn't want him to get off to a big lead out there at second, so he steps off to look him back. And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high 1-2.
That's a great take right there. You knew the pitcher was going to try and expand the zone 0-2 in a big spot, and he was able to spit on that one. Hopefully get something in the heart of the plate this pitch.
And a swing and a miss there on a late breaking slider as he set down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. Seventh inning ready to roll, and now it'll be the catcher, Omar Narvaez.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
1-0 the count. Here's the pitch.
Don't expect this pitcher to throw something over the heart of the plate. He's going to have to stay on the corners right here. Huge spot in this game. Do not miss over the heart and get beat.
2-1 the count. Popped him up. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1. One away for the Brewers in their half of the 7th, and that'll bring in the left fielder, Ryan Braun. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Pitch popped up. Andres is there for it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. In now is Lorenzo Cain. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. 1-0 pitch is a sinker swung on and missed 1-1. Check swing, no swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2. Oh, and this fastball is belted to deep left center field. Does he have enough to get out of here? Yes, a home run.
Up next for Milwaukee.
And that'll bring up Keston Hiura. As Kluber's able to get ahead of him here with strike 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. And a half-hearted attempt that time as he broke the plane of the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first and no swing. It's ball 2. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game. And ready for another shot now. Ronald Guzman. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far.
Ronald Guzman.
First pitch on its way. Down the left field line and deep. And this will wind up a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Late swing there on the changeup. Couldn't make up his mind, I guess. It's strike 2. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one. Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias. Last time through was a base hit. First offering on its way. Hit back up the middle. And into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
The batter, the second baseman.
So here's the left-handed bat of Rougned Odor as he takes a called strike on the black. It's 0-1. No hits to this point. Smoked on the ground up the middle. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. And with that, the go-ahead runs up to second now with only 1 away.
The pitcher, Robinson. Here we go.
Ray Black takes the mound to try to get out of this mess. There are 2 on with only 1 away. In now, Robinson Chirinos, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And he pulled up in time, but it's a called strike 2. Here it comes, 0-2. And here's a swing and a miss. And that, folks, is a big out number 2. Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Now a swing, and he gets him to pop it up. Will this be a big out of the bullpen? And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Orlando Arcia.
First pitch on its way. And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. And that misses 1-1. Now here's the pitch.
Nope.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And they have taken the lead. Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose.
The left fielder, Avisail.
Standing in now, Avisail Garcia. As Kluber's able to get ahead of him here with strike one. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. A 1-1 count to the Brewers leadoff man.
Lots of hits given up, but so far no walks. At least he's making them work to get on base. Problem is, they haven't had to work too hard.
1-2 now. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. Got him! And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time. Into the box, Brock Holt. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here's the first pitch to him.
0-1.
The 0-1. Lifted into the air out towards center field. Gallo is there, 2 gone. So 2 gone now in the Brewers' half of the 8th. And up next, the sweet swinging left-handed hitting outfielder Christian Yelich.
Your attention, please.
So they'll make a matchup move here and bring on a southpaw to face the left-handed hitter due up. First pitch of the at-bat. Ball 1.
Outside.
Grounded softly down the line toward first. But a foul ball, 1-1. 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error thus far in the game for Milwaukee. And they'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
Hey, after those 2 breaking balls missed, you have to be sitting on a fastball right here.
Checks his swing, but this will be strike 2 call. Here now the 2-2.
That pitch was way down on 2-2, but give the hitter some credit there. Sometimes with 2 strikes, you're more apt to expand the strike zone, but he didn't and held off on that one that wasn't even close.
And he misses ball 4, so he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Urshela.
Throw over to the bag, and he'll dive back in safely. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And look out as that fastball ran in and got him. Ouch bang. So striding in, Omar Narvaez in a big at-bat in this one. 2 on, 2 away here in the 8th. Jose Peraza will start to loosen up in the on-deck circle as he'll bat with 2 on and 2 out here.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitter for Milwaukee, number 3, Jose.
Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. Hit on the ground out to short. Iglesias is up with it. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as this side is retired. Now batting, Elvis Andrus. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
The third baseman, Elvis Andrus.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
1-0.
the 1-0 is in there for strike one.
Nice adjustment out on the mound. Overthrew the first one a little bit, but got on top and let that ball rip right out in front of him.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Hops this one up. And that's going to land foul. Here it comes now to Andrus. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His third punch out of the game.
Number 13.
Here's Joey Gallo now. We could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. So with a left-handed hitter waiting, they'll go to their own left-hander out of the bullpen. First offering on its way. Now the 0-1. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2. Pitch on the way.
Got to take advantage of that pitch right there. 0-2 breaker hanging over the heart of the plate. Not going to see too many of those today.
Here's a fastball in on the fists, and that'll even things up at 2-2. Rarely do you see a player of his caliber fooled that badly, but he was tied up in knots that time. 2 away now.
Right fielder.
Next to bat will be the Texas cleanup hitter, Danny Santana. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. He's set and the pitch.
Nope, that's inside.
Here it comes, 1-0.
Ball left out.
Hader was born in Maryland. He throws a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a 2-seam fastball. Now the 2-0 home. Fouled off. And a swing and a miss, as that looked like self-defense there. It's 2-2. Really tied him up on that one.
Yikes, he kind of looked clueless on that swing right there, Matt. If I'm pitching, I'm going right back to that same pitch.
And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. In now the Brewers DH, Ryan Braun. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far.
Ryan Braun.
Austin Adams enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th.
Austin Adams.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
He got a swing and a miss on that last pitch, but that's not the location he wants to live in against a hitter of this quality.
A good action on the 2-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
This hitter right now looks overmatched with a fastball. I think you go right back to it.
And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th. So coming to the plate, Lorenzo Cain is working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Right through it here. He's behind 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Nope.
Slider. Ooh, thought he had him, but it's 1-2.
1-2.
Classic strikeout pitch right there on 0-2. It's the one we know he loves going to, but great recognition to lay off in that spot.
Grounded weakly down the line toward third. And there's out number 2. Coming to the plate now, Keston Hiura. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one, and we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
0-1 the count. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
Hey, he's got excellent stuff working right now. Somebody has to make an adjustment. You're seeing a lot of late swings. No one's getting the front foot down. No one's getting the barrel to the baseball.
And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and striding forward the designated hitter, Willie Calhoun.
Willie Calhoun.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Lays off 1-0. A ball and a strike.
That's a pitch he'd like to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
And it's 1-2.
His heater's got some late ride through the zone. A lot of late swings right now. You're only going to get to that pitch if you get the front foot down early.
And he struck out again. That's the third time he's gone down on strikes in this one. Riding in once again, Ronald Guzman. He went down on strikes last time up. Todd Frazier will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Number 21, Todd Frazier.
Just gets a piece of it. Strike one. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control. 0-2. Checked his swing there. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. Ball one. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home nine. There are two away now. So striding forward now, Jose Iglesias. 2 hits and 3 at-bats for him in this one. Shin high, that's taken for a ball. Fans on their feet in a 1-run ball game in the last of the ninth. 1-0 pitch is his slider, swung on and missed. 1-1.
I'll tell you, if I'm pitching right now, I'm not throwing anything near the strike zone until these guys prove they can lay off it. They're just being way too aggressive.
Ball taken there. 2-1 now. Line hard to center field. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. So Rougned Odor gets a chance here in the inning following the base hit.
Now batting, the second baseman, Rougned.
Into the box now, Rougned Odor. Oh goodness, not ready for that slider at all. It's strike one. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. And this is swung on and missed. So with that, they find themselves down to their final strike here this afternoon. Texas down to their final strike in this one. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
And he struck him out for out number 3. So that'll wrap things up here as they leave the possible tying run stranded at first.
Well, there's no doubt they've looked pretty inept the last 5 games, but they got the monkey off their back here with the win and are hoping to build on that now.
A 1-run game this afternoon, 3-2 the final finish. Milwaukee came through late, taking the lead in the 8th to secure